Hello, I'm Zochi. I am a recording artist and songwriter from Regina, Saskatchewan. I have been making music for about 3 years now. My preferred genre is contemporary gospel, but again, I am very diverse with my art. I am into any type of music. I've done lo-fi stuff, I've done classical music, I've done electronic music, R&B. Yeah, so it's really broad. I started releasing music in Saskatchewan in 2018, and that was also like my first time ever releasing music. I recorded my first song at the Blue Door Studio with producer Prosper, aka Rosonic, who is currently based in Saskatoon right now. The process for me was very challenging at the beginning, only because I did have a little I was unsettled with my sexuality, so that was kind of translating into my music as well, and not being really confident with my craft at the beginning when I started. But I'm glad that I did start, and I'm happy that my friend got me to go to the studio, my first time being at the studio, and now like I'm more confident with my craft, and it's been a beautiful, blissful 3 years so far. I produce mostly at the Blue Door. I have worked mostly with PCB, Prince. My creative process definitely happens in my bedroom, most of it. I literally love to listen to different kinds of instrumentals, different kinds of beats, and I try to come up with melodies and see what works. So there's no telling what music is about to be made any day. Yeah, and I'm always, my heart is also always positioned in a place of love, honesty, thanks, and praise. So my music will always embody those four things, always, always. That is a very interesting question. I've never actually sat down to think about that one before. But growing up as an artist who does music, I grew up to watching like Black superstars on TV. So as a kid, my dreams of becoming a successful artist has always been affirmed that it was possible. And I know like some people like to use their music and their voice to highlight the issues in the Black community. And while that's not really my necessity, I do recognize that as a human being and as a Black woman, I have a responsibility to uplift other Black artists around me, and also uplift and educate non-Black artists around me. And this starts from my little circle of friends, my community, sparking that change that we want to see in the world, and being examples of that change that we want to see in the world, while also making music that our heart desires. And I feel like that would translate into, tackling issues in the Black community naturally, because we're working from the inside out. That's how I see it. The hardest and challenging thing for me, it's not even like being worried that you're not gonna get picked in a room with other artists because you're Black. It's mostly because the success rate of artists in Saskatchewan is dominated by non-Black artists. So for example, I'm at the Queen City X, right? And I'm seeing Tyler Shaw perform, and it's so good. Like, there's like a ton of people there. Everyone's into the music. I'm into the music, and in my head, I'm thinking, wow, like I want to see a Black person be able to pull off such a crowd in Saskatchewan one day. So I believe that there's an empty room in the province that's just waiting for Black people to go in there and be exposed more, and like to do these shows and have more headlines in the city locally. Yeah. It's in line with what I just said. Being that we have a lot of potential to wow our audience throughout the community, because it's not like we haven't like made such an impact yet in the province. So I feel like right now is the best time for Black artists to take their craft more seriously, to be more consistent, to be more genuine, to just put your heart into it. And I feel like there's a lot of people waiting to receive that, and in a really good way, in a beautiful way where it's going to blow their minds. Exposure. Book us for more shows, like anything. It doesn't even have to be bogus. For me, if it's music, it's like, why not? Like, I would say yes, as long as it's music. And I feel like other Black artists as well, like we need to come together more often than we are doing right now. And we, like I said before, we need to be so serious in what we're doing with our music, serious in like promo, serious with our careers, and you know, just putting ourselves out there more. But yeah, like I would love to see Black artists get more exposure, get more shows, and just be highlighted as well in the city. Zochi. Just kidding. Just kidding. But honestly though, I'd spend about 65% of my time making music and the other 35 listening to music. So yes, I do listen to a lot of my songs, but I'm also really digging Kanye's new album, Donda. That's a really great, like it's one of my best actually right now, and I still go back to listen to some of the songs. Jesus is Lord, Remote Control, and I love how he's so creative with his art. And it's also interesting to see someone who literally called himself Jesus just a few years ago now say in every single song, Jesus is Lord. So it's just interesting and cool to watch. Also, I've been listening to Phil J. He's a gospel artist as well. His new song, Ooh La La, that's my favorite song. I love how he is literally praising his girl, but like also saying these beautiful and endowing words, using like the Bible and God made you, you're so beautiful, this and this and that. Like I love it. When I listen to it, I feel uplifted, and I feel like I want to send the song to like my girlfriend too. And I've been listening to Lil Nas X, 100%. Love him because he's so different. He doesn't care what people think. And I think he proved to the internet, or I would say the world, that he's not just a one hit wonder. A lot of people thought like, oh yeah, he's just meme guy that just blew up from Twitter and his one song and that's it, his one country song. But his album really, he outdid himself, and he proved that, like this is a talent of mine too. And I love how smoothing his voice is. And another artist that I've been listening to, I'm sorry, bro, but honestly is winning right now. It's Rookie, my friend. We did a song called Eternity. I've told him this before, but I always go back and I listen to that song because I just love like his style of approach to the song. It's unreleased, so my bad, Rookie. I'm talking about your unreleased music, but yeah, it's really good. I'm excited for his project as well. And he featured me on Eternity, like I said. So it's also like one of my most versatile verses that I've done. So it's amazing music. So yeah, that's currently my top 5. I am currently preparing for Frost Regina, February 12th. By the grace of God, I have been asked to perform, and I'm happy about that. I have a 45-minute set, I think, so that's about 10 to 12 songs. That's a lot. That's my first big set, actually. So right now I'm just working on getting the track list right, preparing my vocals. Yeah, and what's next for me? I do have a music video coming out soon for my latest single, Whole Again. Hopefully it should be out before Valentine's Day, hopefully. And then this year I'm just focusing on releasing a lot of singles, a lot of music videos, putting myself out there more, stuff that's easy to promote, and stuff that's really gonna catch the attention of my viewers. Shout out to Sax Music, 100%. I don't think you guys realize, like, this is the first time for me sitting down here having an interview that's music related. So it's really a big deal for me, and I'm really super grateful that you guys invited me to do this interview. Also, shout out to all the producers that I'm working with. Shout out to PCB, super great producer. Shout out to Disto, all the way in India. Shout out to Dex, all the way in Slovakia. Shout out to, who else? IT, he's my electronic music producer who is also in Argentina. Like, these guys really connected with me over the internet, and it's been nothing but blissful. Shout out to Prosper as well in Saskatoon, one of the first people I ever worked with, and really good mixing and mastering engineer as well as sound engineer. Shout out to 1717. Shout out to my manager, Maro, aka Abie, the best in the city. Shout out to my friend Rookie, also really great creative mind, just like myself. I've been blessed by him in so many ways over the course of 4 months? Yeah, so shout out to all those people. You guys are amazing.